Hello friends, good evening from Spain. We are gonna talk human design, and more specifically we are gonna talk about 5 ways in which human design has changed my life for the better and how it can change yours too. So to get started, what is even human design? I know that some of you watching, you're already familiar with human design. I also know that a lot of you actually requested a video where I explain the very basics, and this is not going to go into exact like the energy types, all the technical details, because that you can see on my story highlights on Instagram. I have over 600 stories. So just to cover a little of the basic for those of you who are new. So human design in one phrase is a system for self-discovery. Now, I know that many of you might think that, oh, but there are so many systems, like why should I care about human design? So the second thing that I usually say is, the number one thing I hear when I do readings is, oh my god, Linnea, this is so creepy. Have you been stalking me? Or even, you know me better than my husband. Slash my wife or my best friends, my childhood friends, whatever. And that's just to say that human design is a very, very, very accurate system. In fact, there are over 2 billion different designs, which means that you are nearly unique in the universe. Oh, isn't that just beautiful? So it's a system for self-discovery, and it is composed of 4 spiritual systems. So the systems that human design is composed of, and actually it happened not far from here on the magical island of Ibiza in 1987. So human design has mystical origins. It actually started with this guy, it's a Canadian guy named Alan Krakower, who later took the name Ra Uruhu. And he, in 1987, channeled this whole system from something known as the higher intelligence. He refers to it as the voice. It was just his voice that spoke to him and told him time to get to work. And then for 8 days straight, he was just channeling and he was writing and he was putting together 4 existing spiritual systems into one, which is this magical system called human design. Ooh, we have the sun coming now. And so which are the systems that human design is composed of? So we have astrology. We have I Ching, which is a Chinese system. We have the chakra system, the Hindu Brahmin chakra system. And we also have Kabbalah. Maybe you have seen the Tree of Life, that comes from Kabbalah. So those systems are actually put together into one big unit known as human design. To go a little more into human design, how it can help you and how it has been so transformational for me. The first thing, which makes me want to laugh and cry at the same time. I told you that the thing that I hear a lot is, have you been stalking me? Or you know me better than my husband does. But the most common thing after that is, I feel so relieved because now I know that there is nothing wrong with me. And that's what I meant with it makes me want to laugh and cry at the same time, because ideally, in a perfect world, we wouldn't need human design, right? We wouldn't need something external telling us that there is nothing wrong with us. We would just know. And I want you to start by just feeling into that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. But we also live in a system, we live in the matrix, we live in a world that sometimes makes us think that there is something wrong with us. And we are constantly comparing ourselves, sometimes subconsciously, to maybe our partners, our friends, our family. We see that we are different. And we may perceive that difference as a flaw. Now, human design is going to teach you how to turn that perceived flaw into your superpower, because I promise you, you are perfectly designed. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. Okay, so I just wanted to start with that. And the magic in human design is that it's really a roadmap to help you discover how your magic works and how you can take your perceived flow and turn them into superpowers. So yeah, really what human design is your energetic DNA. The first of these ways in which human design has changed my life is to really have me realize and have me embody that there is nothing wrong with me. So it really made me realize that there is nothing wrong with me. I've always felt different. I think a lot of us who are maybe looking for systems like this, maybe looking for different healing modalities, we have this feeling that we are different. We're different from the people around us. Maybe we also had a feeling that we have a bigger purpose in life. We have a mission. We have something that we are here to share with the world. We are actually here to help heal the world. But it can be very challenging at times. because that really requires us to embody and embrace and really live our differences and not trying to polish them and try to remove them. Your difference is something that it's so important that you magnify it, that you amplify it, because that is what will help you heal the world. Woo! That was just some random channeling, not directly related to the human design system per se, but that is how it works. And that is what really helped me realize, like, there are so many examples of this. So for example, for me, I've always been kind of a fairy. Actually, the nickname fairy, it wasn't me who came up with it. It just came to me. People started to call me that, like from very different people, completely unrelated. And then I really felt like, yeah, I'm a fairy. And then I discovered human design, and everything is pointing that I am really someone who is supposed to be a fairy. Like, I'm supposed to be flying, going with the flow, and just going wherever I feel like in a moment. And my whole life, I thought that was something wrong with me. I thought that, why can't I just settle? Why can't I just do one thing at a time? Why can't I just stay in one place? Why can't I just keep a job for a long time? Like, there must be something wrong with me. Now, after discovering human design, I realized, no, this fairiness is really my superpower. That is what makes me unique. That is what helps me heal the world. That is what had me come to this beach tonight, dressed like this, talk to you. If it hadn't been for that, I would probably be just, trying to be like everyone else, and maybe what they're supposed to do on a Saturday night, sit and drink wine somewhere and try to fit into a conversation where I felt awkward. Instead, I'm standing here talking to you. And not give a damn about what all the people passing by looking at me think about me. Because this is me doing my mission, and human design gives you permission to do your mission too. Woo! So, yeah, really helping you realize that there is nothing wrong with you. There is something wrong with society. There is something wrong with the programming. There is something wrong with the way that you have been taught to dim your light and to be less than that which you are. Yeah, another way, just an example before we go on to the second out of the 5 ways in which human design has changed my life for the better. So the second way is that I really realized that my emotions are something very, very beautiful, and something that I can use to create, and something that I can use to help the world again. So I have something called emotional authority, which is also true for 50% of the population. That means that when you have emotional authority, you have this inner mechanism. You have this inner biological, physiological process in which your emotions go up and down for no external reasons. Now, the way we have been learned to deal with emotions is that we have been taught to look for a cause, for a reason for why we feel especially a little down. So, okay, why do I feel sad? Why do I feel melancholic? It has something happened. Maybe we also feel the pressure from other people asking us, but did I do something? Did I do something wrong? Did I say something that upset you? And then we feel bad, and we almost feel guilty for feeling down for no external reason. Now, it goes both ways. So when you have emotional authority, thanks for love, you could be standing on a beach like this and you are in the perfect setting and you feel miserable. And also, as happened to me in the beginning of, I was in India and I was in lockdown, and there was so much insecurity and so much fear, and I just felt so good, and I felt like anything is possible, and I went live every day and I was doing dances and shaking and everything, and I just felt like I meant to serve. I meant to step up and serve right now. So that is just how you are designed with emotional authority. And when you have a defined emotional solar plexus center, that your emotions are not necessarily tied to what is going on in the world around you. And your emotions do not make sense. So really embrace the full spectrum of your emotions, no matter your authority for that matter, but especially if you have emotional authority, because there is so much that you can learn also from the so-called lower emotions. And yeah, don't try to look for a reason, just let them be there and trust. Let them be there and learn to sit with your emotions. So those are the 2 main ways in which this first way helped me change my life. Also, a side note, if you don't have emotional authority, you relate to emotions by taking in and amplifying the emotions of people around you. That which is called, you're an empath, sometimes referred to as non-emotional in human design. But you definitely feel a lot. It's just that the source of your emotions comes from the external world, from people around you, rather than from within. So So the second way in which human design has changed my life, and in which it can change yours too, is that it gave me confidence, because it showed me that the things that come easily to me do not come easily to everyone. Okay? So actually, this is a big fat middle finger in the face of the government, in the face of society, in the face of the matrix, because once again we have been taught to go for what is hard. We have been taught to go for what is challenging, what we struggle with, blood, sweat and tears. While human design says the opposite. Human design asks you to do what comes easily to you, what comes naturally to you, because what comes easily to you does not come easily to everyone. This is so important to understand. And in my life in particular, it really helped me step up and share more and do more lives like this, because I have my conscious sun gate in gate 62. That means that you have a gift for taking a complex system, for example human design, and explain it in a simple and comprehensible, digestible way. And before human design, I thought like, oh yeah, this comes easily to me, but I didn't see it as something that makes me stand out from other people, because I thought that we are blind to our own skills, to our own gifts, our own talents. We just naturally think that this comes naturally to everyone. But that is not the case. Okay, so I really want you to see like, this is why it's so empowering to learn more about your human design, for example through a reading or reading on your own. And really see that these are my unique gifts, this is my unique skill sets. This is something I can capitalize, this is something that I can magnify. So yeah, that for example. And I also have a defined mind center, Ashna, meaning that I have an easy time to think in a logical way and to kind of make sense of information. So that is the second thing, that it really helps you uncover your hidden superpowers and own them more and use them more, which is also super powerful. For example, if you have a business like I have. So over to the third reason, the third way in which human design has changed my life. And that is that human design helped me connect to my intuition. It helped me understand my intuition, it helped me understand the way in which my intuition speaks. Now, just so you know, according to human design, there are 7 different types of intuition. Some people even say 8, depending on if you count ego projected and ego manifested as 2 different. I count them as 1, a little sloppy, but 7 different types of intuition. So it's not true for everyone that you should listen to your inner voice. It's not true if you have, for example, mental authority, or if you have lunar authority, you're a reflector. Because when you have those kind of authority, so intuition is the part in human design that is called authority, just to be a little technical here. That means that the reliable way in which your intuition speaks is actually through your surroundings, through the environment, through signs and symbols and synchronicities. Very different, for example, if you have splenic authority, which means that your intuition comes in form of an inner voice. It comes from within, in a certain sense. So you see the difference there, and to me it has taught me so much. When you have emotional authority, it's all about trusting that you should not make any major decisions when you are in an emotional high or low, but you should wait until you are in an emotionally neutral place. I also have a defined spleen center, meaning that I do have access to this inner voice. Now, if you are a generator, you have a very strong physical kind of intuition, which speaks as a gut instinct. It speaks like as a yes or a no. So those are just some examples. Yeah, but it really helps you to know how does your unique intuition speak, and how can you connect to it, how can you start to trust it more? Because at the end of the day, it's never about putting your trust in human design or any other system for that reason. It's always about coming back to trusting yourself. And I have just found human design to be one of the most powerful systems and tools to help me trust myself. Okay, so on to the fourth way in which human design has changed my life. It has helped me see, oh, this is so beautiful, and it ties a little back to the first reason. It has helped me see that my flaws are actually my superpowers in disguise. This is so beautiful, and how I usually explain this in human design, I have kind of my own unique way of explaining human design, by the way, so if you haven't heard this anywhere else, it's just my gate 62 doing its own little thing. So really how I see it is that the colored things in your human design chart If you haven't looked up your chart, go to mybodygraph.com. You just need to know your date of birth, your time of birth, your place of birth. That's all. And the system is going to calculate your design. It's going to tell you your energy type, your strategy, authority, and so on. And it's going to give you this beautiful colored chart. Now, the color part of your chart, the thing that you need to know as a beginner is that those are the parts that are active, the parts of your energetic DNA that are activated, that are present in your life, that are more prominent, right? But if you have something that is activated, you can still live out like the high vibration or the low vibration of that energetic potential. Because all parts of your human design, at the end of the day, they are energetic potentials. They are neither good nor bad. It is you, it is your intention, it is your mind, the power of your mind that chooses, that determines if it's something positive or negative, if you want to speak in those terms. But there is no inherent good or bad traits in human design. That's not how I see it. It's energetic potentials. So I like to talk about the light side and the shadow side of that potential. So an example is, I, for example, have the 1858 channel. The low vibration of the 1858 channel is that you are a perfectionist and you are constantly criticizing others. And you're constantly looking like, okay, yeah, maybe criticizing others and just finding flaws in other people. And if you're trying to manifest something, for example, you only see like, oh, it hasn't worked out yet, it's not going to work out, kind of focusing on the things that don't work. The high vibration, so we go up from the low to the high vibration of, for example, the 1858 channel, is that you are an expert in knowing how to improve things and how to make things better. So this is perfect if you just change the context. You don't apply it on your partner, for example, but you apply it on your business. Or you are a consultant and you can apply it on other people's businesses, and you can see like, I see exactly how we can improve this and how we can optimize this and how we can make this so much better. Or you can also see how you can manifest things into your life, where your life can improve, but from a more positive energy, and not from like, oh, everything sucks, it's never gonna work out, but more like, okay, I see how I can do things in a better way. So you see, all the aspects of your human design chart are on this potential. You can live out the low vibration, the shadow side, or you can live out the high vibration, the light side. And it's up to you, it's up to your free will to select if you live out the lower or the higher vibration. So that's just how it works. But you don't have any flaws. You just have maybe are living out the shadow side of a potential that you could turn into a light side. So you could choose to live out the light side of that potential. And this is also why it's so powerful to do a human design reading, because then I'm going to tell you all these things that is true for you, because this is unique to you also. So maybe for you it is that you are having fear of failure. But the light side of that is that you are an expert at seeing like, okay, is this product actually ready to be launched into the world? That is the energy of gate 32, for example. And yeah, as I told you, there are so many aspects in the human design chart, and this concept can be applied to all parts of your human design. So the last and the fifth reason in which human design has changed my life is simply to accept and love myself. I say simply, but there is really nothing simple about it. That is like the most beautiful thing you can do. And when you love and accept yourself more, you also automatically love and accept everyone. And I also want to add that I am doing this more or less completely unprepared, which is also something that human design has helped me own so much. Because I have something called the 2057 channel, meaning that I am decided to speak in the moment. When I get an urge to speak, I'm just meant to go live, I'm just meant to speak, not to overthink it, which is kind of a challenge because I have the defined mind center, I have this will to rationalize everything, to make sense, to do the logical thing all the time. Now, human design taught me, don't use that when you are going live. Just go live and it will flow, and that is what you're seeing right here, right now. The words are just flowing through me because I am living my design. This is how we're meant to be, people. Thanks for the love, everyone. You are so amazing. Thank you, everyone. Let me know if you have any questions, and go out there, live your design. Whether you are booking a reading or not with me, yeah, human design is such a powerful tool for loving and accepting yourself, for living your gift. And that is exactly what the world needs right now. It needs you in your full power. It needs you to really utilize your gift for the greatest good of all. Hallelujah. Human design is the bomb right now. It's like crypto is for finance, but for personal spiritual development. Like everyone wants human design, so this is your golden moment also to learn more about human design, because it's such a powerful tool and it's custom, right? It's not this generic kind of personal development thing. Okay, that was once again a tangent. I am gonna log off now, and yeah, leave you to have a beautiful day, night, wherever you are. Whenever you are watching this, I'm gonna go watch the sunset. Love you, everyone. Bye.